Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another Minecraft Feed the Bee sponsored video. I'm going to turn around here right away, and you'll see we have this guy set up because we are finally getting into industrial craft today, and that's not something I'm happy about at all. Well, industrial craft / compact solar arrays, but you know. So I'm just going to get right into it. I have not done too much since the last video, although I did do a little bit more on the portal hub. I said I was going to finish it, but I did realize, like, I can't really finish it until I'm done with the world, you know? Because, like, I'm just going to keep adding buildings and stuff like that, so there's not really much I could do. But I got 2 more portals put in, one for advanced genetics, one for ore processing. So I'm just going to walk back here over to my ME system. I have got a lot of stuff going on. You'll see that I went over here and set this area up above this farm, because above each one of these things, above all 8 of these, my goal is to have a solar array, because we need a lot of power for industrial craft. It takes a lot of power. So that's why I have this little setup going on, just to get me some basic industrial craft, like starting materials and storage. This is a macerator. It basically functions just like a pulverizer, doubling ores. You put a diamond in, it will give you 1 diamond dust, which is what I've been mashing up here. And then diamond dust, as you can see if I click on R with our energium, is used to make energium dust with the redstone and diamond dust. And then I believe you can hit U to give the uses. Yeah, that's for glass fiber cable, which we're also going to need. And then it's also used for these energy crystals, which we're also going to need. Oh, excuse me. And these things make an MFE, which is basically the final thing we're going to need, Laptron crystals, stuff like that. It's all basically just for energy storage, which is, it's really something that you want to have done for industrial craft. You want to have that down, because these machines in this mod, like, suck power. They literally suck power, so you need a lot backed up, which is why I have the MFEs. So I'm going to go over here to a compressor, which is what you use to compress this energium dust into, what do you call it, these energy crystals. And you can see, just like in the macerator over here, I have put in, wait, did that say 10? No, it said 16, okay. I have put in 4 overclockers, which you can see increases the processing time. I put in 2 transformer upgrades, because normally these things only take 32 EU per tick. Now, this is the thing I'm going to go with. I'm going to go off of. Industrial craft is really weird in the way that it handles its power. It sends out basic, or I know it used to. I don't know if it currently does. I'm just going to toss these in here and get them compressed, because you could see even with overclockers it's still pretty slow. There are 4 tiers of power in industrial craft. There's low voltage, medium voltage, high voltage, and extreme voltage. Low being 32 EU per tick, which is what most industrial craft machines can take in. Medium being 128 EU per tick, and high voltage being, what is it, 512, and then extreme is 1028. So it's really like, if you get the wrong setup, like going into your machines, if you're putting too much power than they can handle, they will explode, and it basically functions just like a creeper explosion, in that is bad, as you can probably imagine. Yeah, so you don't want that to happen. That's why I had those transformer upgrades, which I'll get over to in just a second. As soon as this, there we go, thank you. So just make this crafting pattern here for an MFE, because I know I'm going to need one. Probably more than one, actually. MFEs each store, I believe, 1,000,000 EU, which is pretty good. It is pretty good. Do I have enough to make another 36 energium? That'd be nice. I don't, do I? Diamond, oh no, I should be able to. Alright, well, we'll wait on that. Get back to explaining these upgrades here. So like the transformer upgrades increases an energy tier, so normally these things can only handle low voltage. Pumping them up to high voltage means they can handle what this high voltage solar array is putting out and what this medium voltage solar array is putting out without exploding. And then I have these energy storage upgrades because, as I said, they are solar generators and they only run during the day. And that's sort of not great. Or they're only receiving power during the day. See, like, you can right-click on this, it says it's on, which means power is coming through this gold cable, which can only hold, again, a certain amount of power. If you'll see here, I don't know why I typed in gold. It's going to be a lot of things. It can only hold 512 EU per tick. Otherwise, the cable, like, melts or something like that. So that's interesting. But was I able to make my energy up now? Let's see. Yes, I was. Cool. Sweet. So that's another MFE. That's actually fantastic. Industrial Craft, the reason I'm only getting into this so late is because it's like, it used to be a much better mod. I guess with the most recent updates, they've made it really grindy, and that's really like a bad thing. Everything, instead of like, just their main material was refined iron, you just put iron in a furnace again, bakes it into refined iron. Now you have to like make a hammer and mash it into a plate, and then use cutters to mash it into a wire, and it's like, it's really just not, like, fun anymore, if that makes sense. It's pretty shitty. So, yeah. Let's set up our MFEs. We have Uno, and we should very quickly have 2. Although I am making a lot of solar arrays. This guy I can cancel. I don't need that anymore. I don't know why it's trying to randomly make a die. Okay, well, we're just going to cancel all this. Did it? Yes, 174 low voltage solar arrays. That would be why. And it should have already made my MFE. It looks like, yes, it did. Cool. They don't store, do they? Output is 512. Capacity is 4 mil. How much do they take in, though? They output 512. I believe they also take in 512. But let's see, how much energy do we have? We don't have a lot, so let's make some glass fiber. Can we afford to make 20? Probably not. Especially, yeah, we don't really have a lot of glass going on. Okay, that's okay. So this thing's going to look really cool. I already know that for a fact. But with the way the MFE works is the little hole here that's the output, and then that should be facing like so. It's not. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I basically power from the solar array is going to feed into this MFE, which is going to feed into this MFE. So effectively, we have a double buffer of 8 million EU. I'd like to have this whole thing lined with MFEs, but that's a lot of stuff. So that might not necessarily work too well. Hopefully we have our glass fiber. So we got to 15. And is it still making them? Is it still trying to make them? Okay, yeah, it's making them. It's making the silver. Okay, so this should be okay just for the purposes of what I'm trying to show here. And I wish we could actually, yeah, let's sleep. Get this nighttime out of the way, especially considering power is something that's essential. There's other ways to get power in Industrial Craft. I just find that this seems to be the most fun. I don't know, there's just something really cool. I just really like the way solar arrays end up looking. I don't know. Alright, so we have like so. We're going to want to take this off, put this guy right there. 2, 1, so I need 3 more to finish off that row. But once done, now this guy will be powered, yes it is. So we're feeding. Okay, the reason I picked glass fiber cable is because, like I said, the cables can only handle a specific capacity, as far as like energy flowing through it before it like melts and just disappears, and then you get your power cut off. That sucks. We're gonna need a little bit more glass fiber cable too, and we're gonna need a little bit more. So, wow, 44. Okay, did not expect that. But yeah, it can only handle a certain amount. Glass fiber cable is the highest tier. It can handle like 8,070 something, I think. Yeah, 8,192 EU per tick. So, but each one of these, I did the math. I have, what did I have? I had 221. Where's the calculator at? I had 221 solar things per, or solar panels per thing, and we do that times 32 since they're low voltage and they put out 32 EU per tick. That's 72 EU per tick per array station. So that's a lot, to say the very, very least. 4, 5. Alright, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The good thing about this is I'm gonna have a okay speech impediment. Stop that shit. I'm gonna have them go up in a slant, kind of like it's one panel, and I think that's really gonna look really cool. So it's also beneficial because I end up getting basically double the like one glass fiber cable will work for me in like on 2 rows, so I save a little bit on the glass fiber cable. If that made any sense at all. Now that I kind of say it back, it sort of doesn't. Glass fibre. We're also going to need, I don't know why I just did glass fiber, deleted it, and then went back to doing glass fiber, but I know we're going to need it. Should probably throw another stack of diamonds into the macerator. And then once I have this whole power station set up, I will have, I'll make an area specifically for industrial craft stuff, so that'll be a lot of fun. Except for how industrial craft's super grindy and I hate it, but I'm gonna do it because it tends to look cool. You trust me, this solar array is gonna look super cool. So we have these guys like so. If we have these ones go like that. Yep, just like that. Perfect. But let me finish connecting these. 5. And I could go crazy, like, just completely, like, just insane if I wanted to, and do this with, like, high voltage solar arrays, but that is ridiculous. Like, there's no reason to do that. There's not even a cable that can handle that much power that comes out, because each one of those things puts out 512 EU per tick, which is EU's energy units. I don't think I ever said that. That's the power that Industrial Craft has put into this. So you could see, kind of start to get an idea of how like this is gonna look when it's finished, and I gotta say I'm liking it. But let's get these guys down as well. Well, that makes up more glass fiber cable. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, this is a lot. These guys should already be stored. They're getting there. They're getting there, yeah. Okay. So I probably won't. I mean, if I wanted to fill this thing up with MFEs, I could. It doesn't look like I'm going to need it. But if I did, that would be one hell of a power buffer. Definitely. Let's just take the diamond dust out of here. I want to make sure as I make glass fiber cable I have enough diamond dust on reserve, which I should, because, I mean, it's a lot. Oh, I'm running out of glass here too. Let me just take all this out. Oh, it's just going to make it. Oh, man, that sucks. Okay. Solar, and it's just pumping these things out. Dang, okay. I really didn't expect them to be done like this quickly. What I should worry about is getting these all connected. 3, now I wonder what this bottom face is for. Because that doesn't have to be the output. I know it doesn't have to be. It's really weird. Huh. I forget what the bottom face of these compact solars is for. Anyway. We don't want that one. We want not that one either. We want that one. And then if I were to go... Yeah, that's right. Just trying to be as efficient as I can as far as... Because glass fiber cable, it didn't used to be this expensive. It used to just be like 6 glass, 1 redstone, and 2 silver ingots. And you would get 6 glass fiber cable. Now it takes 2 energium, which in turn is like 4 diamonds, 5 redstone, and a silver dust and 6 glass. So it's sort of a huge pain. But it's okay. I mean, I've built up enough of an infrastructure already, what with like the massive quarries I've got going on, that it's actually okay. So that's connected. We want this guy like so. Oops. 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 There we go. So it looks like I'm only going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more for now, and then this solar array will be set up. And then what I'll probably do is like cut out, because these things take a long time to craft. Like I'll show you. If I get over here real quick, like... Oops, wrong panel. So like they go super fast. I did expand the ME molecular assembler, so it auto crafts like super fast. I think it's got like, I don't know, 18 crafting CPUs in there or something like that. So it makes those very quickly. But as you can see, excuse me, we've only made about 72, 71, something like that, of these things that we out of the 221 that we need. So yeah, it's going. It's going. So that should have made another 4. I only needed 5 if I remember correctly. But we also need 5 more glass fiber cable, excuse me. And it eats through glass, these things. It's ridiculous. I am actually probably going to have to jumpstart this thing with some sand. Glass fiber, there we go. Do we have another solar? We should have one. Yes, perfect. Alright. Oops, let's use this portal hub that we made that we're apparently not using for some odd reason. Let's go back in here, or processing. I do still have a quarry running. You can see there's top ones are the primary outputs. They're still getting fired. These bottom ones don't get used as often, so I'm just going to toss some sand in here just to kickstart our production of glass, since I think right now I only have one furnace handling glass production, and that's sort of low, especially for the amount that we're using. And I mean, it's a really ambitious project. Like, each one of these is going to take 221. Actually, no, I think it's less because I went inward 1. Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times 4 is 60. 221 minus 6. It's actually only going to take 161. Yeah, it's actually going to take 161 of these things, which is significantly less. But it's okay. It is okay. It's still going to output a lot of power. Like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more will finish off this thing. And then I'm going to have it go back, obviously, all the way back to here. But Yeah. The idea is kind of like if you've ever seen like those like real crazy sci-fi like power arrays. They're all like there's a bunch of slanted panels and they're connected to all kinds of wires going underground. That's the idea here. They're all putting power into this MFE, which I kind of like the way that it's like randomly exposed. Ooh, it's nighttime now, isn't it? Yep, and they have turned off. I just want to see how fast this thing's filling up with this many solar arrays. Like, I've never ever made like this extent, like this many. I've never put this many solar panels together before, ever. Even like when there was advanced solars with like, oh my gosh, wow, okay. That's a lot of power. This thing's gonna fill up relatively quickly, and then this guy will start filling up. See, even this one is still managing to make a profit, because it's getting in. It only puts out 512, and it's getting in more than 512. It's getting in some ridiculously high amount of things. But that's cool. That's very cool. Solar. Oh, sweet. We'll leave those two in there. We're only going to be able to finish this guy, and then I'll cut away and have it, and come back when this thing's all finished and looks real cool and all, and it's all done and fancy and futuristic and all that good stuff. And just imagine, like, it's going to look super cool with 8 of these things around the farm. It gives it a really nice contrast, like the way that these machines look in comparison to like the farm type stuff with the magical crop stuff. It's gonna look really, really nice. Like, it's gonna look really nice. Have this futuristic, then farmy type thingy thing. The other thing I wanted to check, because it looks like there's stuff growing all around here, and I'm pretty sure I split this up to be gold crop, and I am like positive I set this to be like that, and then nether seeds like that. I'm almost positive I did that. That concerns me now if the rest of these got screwed up. No, they didn't. That's really weird. There's really no wonder my gold wasn't like increasing or anything like that. So this quartz I need, redstone is going. Redstone's going strong. It's not really harvesting them that quickly. It's really strange. Well, I guess there we go. Okay, tangent. Sorry about that. I'm going to cut back in as soon as we have enough for this solar array to be finished. Right. And we are back. It has been quite a while. It's been probably, I think, like an hour and a half or something like that. And it's super late now, and I am super exhausted. But we are finally getting the finishing touches put on this last little row of solar panels. So we have 1 solar, 2 solar, 3 solar, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 solar panel. Count Sesame Street. No? Okay. Anyway, that is our solar panel. And I have, I've set up this little, like little lattice work type of thing, kind of just to look like it's getting its support, which I think looks pretty freaking cool. And I promise we will be doing something with this power, but as this has gone on quite long enough, I'm going to end off the episode here. So if you're a fan of, oh man, like this is just ridiculously, like this is an obscene amount of power right here. This actually took up, I had 6,000 iron, it took all of my iron, and I had 5,000 redstone, it took all of that, and I actually needed more, so like I had to wait. That's the only reason it's so late. Right now, and how that's the only reason this took so long. Thank God for Mimikite, let me tell you. Hint, hint, next episode, yes, Mimikite. Anyway, if you're a fan of solar power, obscene amounts of solar power, leave a like on the video, favorite and share as you guys do on the YouTubes, and subscribe so you know when all the new stuff comes out from me. That is about all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.